So I'm back with another Python tutorial. This is again similar to last time. We're gonna do web scraping. So one thing to note to be careful about is you shouldn't web scrape too much because so there's this you might get this issue where you might get blocked by the website. That's what happened to me. I made a web scraping program and I ran it too many times, and then my IP address got blocked by the website. And this is literally like a Taylor Swift lyric website. So I would suggest using a VPN. But let me just show you how it works. So if I run it, it's gonna give you like two lines, like any random two lines of a Taylor Swift lyric from one of her songs. So this one's I once believed love would be black and white, but it's golden. So that's from Daylight, which I think that's from her Lover album. So yeah. So this is just like a fun little program to make, not particularly too useful. But I made this because my sister made a Twitter bot and she wanted to tweet some Taylor Swift lyrics. So she asked me to do this. So it's nice. So the first thing you're gonna do, you're gonna need to install BS4. So pip install BS4, and then you're gonna need Beautiful Soup. So I already have this. So it's gonna say requirement already satisfied, but this is literally what you have to pip install. Okay, so let's do that. So you're gonna do from BS4 import Beautiful Soup. Alright, so first things first. Oh, we're also going to need requests because that's how we're gonna access it. So pip install requests. So this is how we're basically gonna get the website. So import requests. Alright, so I'm just gonna call a variable. I'm gonna call it link and request.get, and then I'm basically gonna get the website, this website. So this is where you get the lyrics. So it's AZ lyrics, Taylor Swift, yeah. So just gonna copy and paste that. So this is where all her songs are, and then it has, you press on one, for example, and then it's gonna give you all the lyrics. Perfect. And then, okay, so we got that. Now we're gonna use Beautiful Soup. Soup equals Beautiful Soup. Oh my god, why am I so bad at typing? Link. And we have to actually do link.text and then LXML. So what's this gonna do is gonna parse the website. So just gonna make it easier for you to like analyze and web scrape. Here, let me do inspect element so you can see. So it's basically gonna allow you to see this, like the page source. Alright. So let me just print soup so you can all see what's up with that. Okay, cool. So this is basically everything that you see here, right? Yeah, long list. This is basically the page source. So what's interesting, if you see all of these, you have a div class equals list album item. And then these are all of her songs. So let's see, the first one is, is Tim McGraw. The next one is Picture to Burn. That's from her first album, Taylor Swift. So we're basically going to need all the websites from these. So if, like this, if we press it, it gives us a website for her first song. So what are we gonna do? So this is basically the href, the href, not sure how to say it. So we're gonna basically have a list. So I'm gonna call it songs. And Beautiful Soup has this cool function where you do find all. So we're gonna find all where the class is equal to list album item. So is class, and what's interesting is you have to do the underscore. equals, and then what is it called? I'm just gonna copy paste list album item. So that's basically gonna give you all the elements where the class is a list album item. But the thing is, the issue is that it's also gonna give us a bunch of extra information. Like it's gonna give us target equals blank, Tim McGraw, whatever. But we literally just want the website. So, I'm gonna make a new empty list. I'll call it URLs. That's gonna stand for the websites for each of the song lyrics. The website for the song lyrics. So right now, songs is a list. It's a list of like all the class elements. So we can just use a for loop in this. For song and songs, we're gonna do urls.append song.find. Again, we're using find. And this time we're gonna find A. So you see the element A over there. Song.find A. Perfect. Okay. Oops. Now let's print. I'm just gonna show you for URL and URLs. Print URL just so you can see. So perfect. It's gonna give us all of this. Okay. So how do we get rid of the A part? Like we don't want this part. We literally only want the HTML, the website part. So we can actually do print URL and then href. So in brackets. Okay, this is interesting. But this is interesting because look what happens. I can't actually press it. Except for this one. This one's blue. I can press it. Yeah, because this is I Don't Want to Live Forever. It's in Zayn's lyrics. So what we can do, we have to find the index for the Zayn, for that song. So for I in range, lang URLs, I'm gonna print URL, no. So we need to find this. So if we can just do this. So notice how this one, the I Don't Want to Live Forever, has the HTTPS, but all the other ones don't. So we're just going to do, if that's in the URL href, URLs I href, then we're going to basically print out I. So this is going to give a, 180. So cancel that out, just remember the 180. So for I in range, we're going to do this again. Oops. Oh my god. If I doesn't equal to 180. So basically, for all the indexes except for the index at 180, we're going to do URLs at that index is equal to, HTTPS. Let's find an example. So it's going to be https://www.azlyrics.com/ and then we're going to add the URLs I href. Alright, perfect. So now what happens? Let's look at it. For URL in URLs, print URL href. Perfect. So now these are all clickable links, you know. So you press it, it's going to give you the website. Good. All right. So now that we have that, now all of our URLs have the correct href, correct website that we want. So now we're going to need one more. We're going to import random. Specifically random like choice, but I'll just say random. So I'm gonna call this which song, so the goal of this program is to choose any random song in this website, like any random one. So that's why we're gonna need the random module, and then choose 2 lines of lyrics from that random song. So which song is going to be equal to random.choice, and then we're gonna do URLs. Okay, so this is gonna choose any random URL in the list of URLs that we have, so in the list of this, and then get the href of that. So for example, I'm choosing a random one and it goes to this one, State of Grace. So it's gonna get the URL for that. Well, it's gonna give us the item in that index in the URL, which is gonna be like a href equals to this and whatever, a bunch of extra data that we don't need, and that's why we're gonna add the extra href there in the brackets. So again, we're gonna need beautiful soup for this. I'm just gonna write it again. Beautiful soup request dot get so this is basically giving me the page source of that website, so the song for the website for that song. So again, we're gonna parse it, and that's gonna give us, so let's say our website was Tim McGraw. So let's inspect this page source for this. Okay, we literally only want this lyrics part. We don't want all the extra stuff. So what to do? Where do we do it? Let me inspect. Okay, so it's in here, yeah. So he said the way, yeah. So what's interesting is that this is all in a div, but there's no like class for it. It's not put into a class, so this is gonna be a little harder. Oh my god. Okay, so that means we're gonna need to go a little broader. We can't be narrow. So we have to go actually from this class. So we're gonna do lyrics. I'm just gonna call it lyrics equals soup. Sorry, that was my dog. He's a little crazy. Okay, so this is gonna find the class at this, which is all this, but then if we print it out, we're gonna get a bunch of extra stuff. So we need to narrow it down even more. So I'm just gonna do lyrics. So let me print out lyrics just so you see. Meow, that's my dog. So okay, it has a bunch of div and stuff, and it doesn't even show us all the lyrics. The lyrics are here, but then we have a bunch of stuff on the bottom and stuff on top. So to get rid of the extra space, we're gonna do lyrics equals to lyrics.text.strip. Oops. And then we're also going to do, so if we print that out again, let's see what happens. Okay, wow, this is pretty good. So we got rid of all the like little divs and arrows and stuff. So we basically only want this part to this part. So we're gonna need to do a little narrowing down. So lyrics is going to equal, this is basically the more tedious stuff. It's not too complicated. You just need to experiment around. So we're gonna find, this one's funny, is I'm gonna do like 4 enter spaces. So I think it's here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. And then I'm just gonna add like an index of 5 to it. Because, let's see. And then we're gonna do that to lyrics.find, and then it's gonna be, we submit corrections. But that's Okay. Oh, I better print it out so we can see it for real. Okay, good. We still have a bunch of extra spaces though. We don't want all of these lines. So let's do, I wonder if we can do this. Lyrics dot split lines. Let's do split lines. I haven't tried split lines. Oh, I forgot to set that equal to lyrics. Oh, I'm so forgetful today. Oh, this actually worked a decent amount. Okay, so, but we have now we have a bunch of, you know, random empty items in this array, right? So we're gonna do, for I in range, and let's do length of the lyrics. We're gonna do if lyrics at that index is equal to an empty, something empty, we're gonna do this empty list dot append that index. So then we're gonna do for each element in A, we're gonna do lyrics dot remove what we're trying to remove. Okay, perfect. So if we run it again, it's gonna show us, yeah, perfect. We don't have any of the extra. This one's space. Good. Okay, and also I guess I'll remove the last. I'm gonna remove this last element. So I'm gonna do lyrics dot pop. So I think that's gonna automatically remove the last one. Yeah. Good. Okay, so the song name is actually the first one. So I'm just gonna name it song name is equal to lyrics at index 0. Okay, so now it's gonna be, and I'm gonna remove this because technically the song name isn't part of the lyrics, like the first line. All right, now for last few steps. So I'm gonna just say x is equal to randint 0 and length of the lyrics minus 2. Okay, so what is x gonna be? So x is going to be of a int data type, and it's basically gonna be a random integer, so randint, from 0 to the length of the list of lyrics minus 2. So why minus 2? So if it were length of lyrics, that's the range is going to be a little too long because so we want to choose 2 lines, right? 2 consecutive lines of lyrics. So if x happened to be the length of the lyrics, well, that would be out of range because the length of the because the lyrics list starts at index 0, right? So that means the length, if it were like had a length of 10, then if x equal to 10, then the last element would be at index 9, so it wouldn't fit. Now if we did minus 1, then theoretically x could equal to the last index, which is this, but then there's not going to be another line after it. So that's why we're going to do minus 2. So now we're going to do print and then lyrics at x plus, and then an enter space, an enter line, any line, and then lyrics c x plus 1. So that's why we did minus 2, so we wouldn't go out of range. And then we're gonna do, let's just say the song name. Song name. Perfect. So let's run it. Oh yeah, because I don't know how it gets better than this. Okay, perfect. So I don't want to run it too many times because I don't want to get blocked again. That's why I'm using a VPN. But yeah, so this is basically just a basic tutorial on web scraping again. So it's really important to look at what you're trying to find and how to narrow it down. So we went from this big div class and basically cut off all the unimportant stuff, like all this part, to get to the actual lyrics that we wanted. And for the initial website, we got all the div classes called list album item. That's the one that we wanted. And then we got the website from that, from those divs. So that's just basically the program. I don't want to go into it too much. Of course, you could put this into a function called, like, let's say we did this, and then we could tab it all out like this. And of course, instead of a print statement, we could do a return statement. That's what I did here. So return instead of doing a print statement. But that one, you can do that yourself. It really depends how you want to utilize this. So you could build like a program using this to like text a random person, like to text your friend 2 lines of Taylor Swift lyrics, or like my sister, you can make a Twitter bot and tweet like 2 lyrics from any singer that you want. So this is basically how you do it. This important thing is to know what you're trying to scrape. Alright, so thanks for listening. That's it. See ya!